Hello and welcome back to Klosmi Commentary. We've got heaps to get through and not much time to do it, so let's get straight into it. In our last video, we looked at Game Week 30 and we had a 50-50 week. We got half the games right, but ultimately 35 cents in the green, mostly thanks to Arsenal's draw with Manchester City and of course Manchester United drawing like we expected them to. So another positive for us, and that brings us into the green overall. Obviously, Cos isn't with us today as well because we've got lots of stuff to do and it's been a bit hard to get together and record, but still bringing you the stuff that you want. The next week we took a stab at Game Week 31. We didn't put much research into it, but our predictions are in the description below in our Facebook page. We went different ways and I did okay, I got 50-50, but Cos, he just killed it. He just smashed it. 8 out of 10, ridiculous. Midweek emotions as we call it, and I think emotions suit Cos. Either way, now we're going to take a quick look at Game Week 32. Now, the predictions and the working out, I guess, to it all, it is all got to be on Facebook now, so go there to check out the stuff in detail, but I'll still go through all the fixtures as we've done them. Now, the first game on the list is Middlesbrough against Burnley. Near the end of the season, these games get harder and harder to pick. Teams have different motivations and things like that, but with this one, I went with a Middlesbrough win, but Cos is backing Burnley to win this one. Although I do agree with Cos that Burnley could get their first win of the season. If you go to our Facebook page, you'll see the reasons why I said Middlesbrough will be the one to take this game. Right, the next game is West Brom taking on Southampton, two mid-table teams, but this one's going to be probably a bit tight, but in the end went with Southampton to take it in a, tight game. Then Manchester City host Hull, and I didn't really have to go through too much there, expecting Manchester City to take that game, even though Hull is in some nice form right now, away from home, still not showing enough. West Ham hosts Swansea in what is essentially a 6-pointer now. Both teams not in the best place right now, but West Ham being at home, it's probably just going to give them the edge to take the 3 points in this game, which look like it's going to go one way or the other. In game number 6 sees another London derby, Crystal Palace taking on Arsenal, and this is a really difficult one because it's hard to say where Arsenal are at the moment. Doesn't look like it's a good place at the moment. Crystal Palace showing some great form, and in the end, it just all pointed in one direction, and looks like Crystal Palace might take this one. The 5th game sees Tottenham take on Watford, and Tottenham, of course, in just sublime home form, and they just took over Chelsea as the top home team, having only drawn 2 games, lost none, won the rest. And Watford, look, they're not the worst travellers, but they're not far from it, and it takes a bit more than that to stop Tottenham at this point, and they're just rampant right now. So Tottenham, expecting them to clearly run out winners here. In game number 4, Everton takes on Leicester. This is probably, for us, the game of the round. Both of these teams are just flying at the moment, especially Everton at home. That's where they're playing, and it's a different side, but Everton at home, probably going to give them the edge in this one. Leicester haven't had much to be tested with on the road yet. They've only had 1 game since they've come into this really nice purple patch, but expecting Everton to just have too much in what's going to be a fantastic game. Probably the game of the round. In our 3rd game, this is basically because of the popularity of the fans. Sunderland's hosting Manchester United, and not really giving Sunderland much hope here. Manchester United probably have a better away record than they do home record, at least when it comes to getting wins. And Sunderland, they're just lacking too much quality, and I can't see it going any other way than Manchester United coming over the top of Sunderland. Going into the top 2, Stoke host Liverpool, and this was an awkward game because just like Leicester, Liverpool haven't been playing too much on the road lately, and they've also come into a bit of a patch of form themselves. Not quite as good as Leicester, but not too bad all the same. Stoke, on the other hand, not that solid at home, I guess, and Liverpool going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they're going to hold off Stoke in this game. Did put it on the line, if it's going to go either way, it's probably more likely to go Liverpool's way, just because Stoke don't seem to have that extra gear. If Liverpool do get into that extra gear, they could take it, but otherwise I can't really back either side to take this and put this down as the first draw of this week. And in our number one game, probably going to be the second best game, because both these teams have been showing some great intensity lately. Bournemouth hosting Chelsea, but surprisingly, backing this one to be a draw. Just found that the way that Bournemouth have been playing lately, and just the way that Chelsea have been playing lately, are probably on even pegging. Bournemouth have found a way to stop losing games lately. They're in a really nice patch here, and they've got all the confidence. Chelsea just a bit not there on the road, and it will be just enough to maybe bring Tottenham just that little bit closer to hijacking the crown from Chelsea. But that's it for this week. If you want to see all the reasoning for why I'm going for these games this week, just jump over to our Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, we're planning to get it onto some sort of blogging site or something at some stage, but that's how it's going to be from now on. The bulk of the work is going to be there, and we're going to try and fit something else into here. If you don't have a Facebook account, drop something in the comments below. Tell us maybe there's another website that we can put our detailed reviews on. For now, it's going to be on Facebook, and yeah, in future, this is how it's going to be. We're going to try and cut down a bit on the videos because it just takes too much time, and we've got busy schedules, especially coming up. But thank you again for watching. Hopefully we have some good results this week again, and we'll catch you next week for next week's preview. See you then.